What's up, everybody? It's me, Oli. I'm here with Somnium Times and the ISG crew, Blake Hotz and Captain Gindi. They're working on some amazing stuff on their ISG brand. It's a virtual reality brand inside of Somnium Space VR. We're here in City Center, and we're going to go ahead and jump into their world. And yeah, they're going to show us what's up.
First, I want to thank Blake, and I want to thank our team, Sith Lord, Kid Nerf, Ever Exist, everybody else that was on there, Nando, Nestor, all of these tremendous creative geniuses, and of course Somnium. We want to thank Arthur for helping us all put this thing together. This is history in the making. This is only the beginning.
Here we go. Here we go. It's
All right,
gorgeous.
so
Wow.
the whole goal of creating a lobby was really to kind of have a home base place where everyone could come in between different Pocket universes and also have things to do and things to play with. So obviously we were showcasing our WoW gallery of the different avatars that we built in honor of World of Women, but also in tribute of Terry Mugler, which is a huge runway designer, who really opened the doors for, the new LGBT community and stuff being on runway. And obviously this is way back when, and recently he had passed. And so Gindi was like, you know what, let's make a whole line designated towards Terry Mugler's concept designs. So bringing his concept drawings to life. And you can actually see them on these avatars back here.
Follow
it's really
us.
Fun. Like some of these bags are some of these bags.
so
We've also got
cool.
a mirror right here. Where you can check out what you look like in the mirror.
Very cool.
Watch out.
Whoa,
Hey.
that's awesome.
Avatars.
Which have
The
crazy.
goal of these is that people can come on and just try on the avatar that they're maybe looking to purchase, or maybe there's an event going on that actually has the branding on it for the sponsored event. And so being able to switch into it and just actually get the feel and look of what these avatars feel like on your body. As we get more into the customization with Somnium Marketplace and our own marketplace that are play to earn, you'll be able to customize these avatars for your experience in here, along with having an NFT that's dynamically changing with the different avatars that you have, and personalizing your identity is the big thing. We obviously can't do it all ourselves, and that's why we're really hoping to invite other creators that are interested in creating things like different hairdos, eye accessories, different makeup looks, so that they can go ahead and create their own identities and also create lines of their own that help personalize someone's experience. Because that's a big piece of it. Is this is the first piece, as an individual coming into the metaverse, how you identify, and we think the customization is all going to come through user-generated content and customization. And so having this avatar opt-in is such a fun way to give people the look into what it is that you want to portray and how you want to feel inside the metaverse. And it was an absolute honor to design them after such a huge NFT collection like World of Women, and then doing a tribute to Terry Mugler, who made such huge progress in just the all accepting and understanding of what fashion is all about. And it's about experimenting and having fun.
This is our first store that we made where people could come. We designed these outfits. They could come, they could buy them, they could rent them eventually and walk around Somnium to all the events, eventually mint them. And the goal in the future will be to ship them physically to somebody's home. So this is the future of fashion and commerce.
With Isaac's experience in retail and with fashion, we've got some really cool partnerships teamed up to start creating these things in reality. Real
It's really
cyberpunk.
pretty.
Big shout out to him. And also Denevro, Denevro helped us big time with the eye movement and with just different like facial expressions and things. And I think that there's so much more to go when it comes down to that. When we say real life, it's really the goal that we can actually produce these pieces of clothing to be one-off, one of ones, and slash also full lines of different clothing. And with user-generated content, people creating lines, we can almost create competitions towards people who will be creating part of our line through the next releases, and having them placed on avatars is obviously the first edition, because it's assetless. It takes it's just purely creations out of the mind. You're not having to import materials and things like that from other parts of the world. You can create them here and see how users enjoy them, how users like them. And if this is the most popular version, then we'll send that one into production and for individuals to be able to wear.
We're a fashion brand. We're a entertainment brand because we have Gindi Stadium and the amusement park. We're also a gaming brand and a real estate brand. So we're building a whole conglomerate, a whole empire. We're Baby Blake.
Everything's all encompassing, and that's the beauty of innovating inside of this space is that everything is about bringing people together, and then obviously educational gamification is a big one, and tied into that is fashion, because that's to each individual. We really believe in customization of who and personalization of who you are and who you want to be in this space, because you can be whoever you want to be, and we firmly believe that you should absolutely exercise that here and gain the confidence to do it inside of the real world as well. We're figuring out new little ways of doing interactive experiences, so things like being able to trigger on smaller events and things, buttons that people find. Can you see this little stage over here?
Whoa, yeah.
So with just clicks of buttons, with just a click of a button, we're creating ways for things to appear, reappear, disappear, and also be parts of quests where people are having to find things within our space to do, and also activations. And so just with this click of a button, I make this thing go away. And just like that, yeah, I know, right? Ray's is about to drop. But
Wow.
these buttons and things are little ways for us to hide interactive experiences and kind of for the immersed, the people that are immersed in the space, looking for fun things to do, and that's what quests really are. Quests are engagement activities where we're working on a play to earn environment where people finding these activations and these things are earning our coin. That you can then trade for our, it's non-liquid coin. It's purely for redeeming enhanced experiences and personalization. And, that's why we have our Hotz as well. Hotz is our quest giver. Here's some glow sticks that we're testing with for our raves.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, if you press B, you can. A big thing about VR, I believe, is everything should be interactable. You should be able to move everything. You should be able to touch everything. Everything should have a sound. Everything should have a reaction to an action. And this is kind of our testing grounds as to how people can go into our lobby and before they even enter a world and be completely immersed inside of this space alone, and giving them things to do to have fun. And and with later hopes that we can also make it so people are not just coming in here to find things to do in our space, but with our community partners like OMG and IWO and yourself. We encourage everyone to kind of have a piece of our space to really activate community and merge people, because when someone comes into VR, it's all about finding your home, in your community, the people that you want to spend time with. And I think it's a big piece of all of our jobs to kind of create these areas so that if it's not here that's home to this person, that they could go and find their home within another community member or another community lead, and finding that space through ours. Really figuring out the tools so that people can do this. And we're using Hotz, like we were saying earlier, to for our Gindi Park to start, but really as a quest giver, the informational hold that tells you things to do. And here's one of our test quests right here. Where actually,
Nice.
when you share the quest, you can find out, what you're supposed to listen for. But the main question of this is what were the snails called that followed the Hotz man during his journey? And you can listen to the 2-minute quest here.
Early days with the Hotz man were not easy. For there was change coming to the snails.
It's kind of just a test as to how people are going to react to listening to a story and what they need, what makes it exciting, and adding folklore to our space as well.
Blake, when did you first discover VR and Somnium space? How did you meet Captain Gindi? What inside of you connected you with this vision? What inspired all of this?
As you know, recently I went to Full Sail University in 2011. Graduated in 2013, working in AV. I was always an avid believer in music and in the way that it connected people. and got into marketing. I hated it because I hated selling people's products I didn't necessarily believe in. And I started my Twitch channel, moved home, and was focused on giving a stage, showing light on artists, on creators that didn't have exposure. So really giving a stage. Found VR through NFTs. Really was looking for a virtual place to showcase NFTs as I was preaching to my nice. As I was preaching to all of my creators that hey, look, this is a great way to own assets. And found Somnium Space and started developing immediately. Getting a headset, getting a PC, and was just like, this is it. And after about a year and a half or so of developing in there, Captain Gindi found me on Instagram and slid into my DMs, which I almost thought was spam because it went into my spam folder. But God, for some reason, I literally for some reason I looked at it and he was asking about Somnium Space. I knew it wasn't spam, and so I just responded, and he FaceTimed me right there, and I answered, and the rest was really history. He was looking for someone to build with and to partner with and making experiences in here. And my whole goal was always raising artists and giving a stage to help them get exposure, because there's so many superstars that are hidden amongst the rough inside of the internet. And Captain Gindi, was really that person who believed in my vision and myself, and had a vision of his own for retail and for fashion in the way that it could communicate inside of the metaverse. And together we're building an entertainment capital that we hope that can just be a breeding ground for creators to meet each other, like-minded people to be together, but then also to be the future of what is retail inside the metaverse, what is entertainment in the metaverse, and how that translates as another layer to the actual world. And I always say to him, he's an angel because he believed in me, and he full-heartedly supports all of the crazy things that I imagine, and comes at me with even more crazy things to put on top of that imagination, and that's why I'm so thankful to have met him.
The moral of the story is always check your DMs. You never know. You never know when your life will forever change by a message.
He's taking me in and teaching me so much about what it is to be a good businessman, fair, and also to run a successful branch of a brand, while also having a good heart and being a good person.
I loved Somnium. I thought it was really a cool experience. I started buying parcels, and then I said, I have to get in here and see what the hell I'm buying. I'm buying all these parcels, and it was good because I had a real estate background, and I kind of liked it,
Yeah.
Looking at a map, and I bought this, and I bought that, and this one next to this, and it was really fun. And, I followed Somnium, and Blake was always on Somnium on the Instagram, and I DM'd him, and right away we hit it off great. And he took me in and showed me what my parcels actually look like. And once I came in, game over. I was in, I was loving it, running around. And then the truth of the matter is we have the same vision. We think alike, you know what I mean? And we want to make this experience unique. I feel like it's way ahead of every other metaverse. And me and Blake, our wildest dreams, everything that we wanted to fantasize, we're doing, and we're building, and we're succeeding. With the help of the builders in Somnium, anything that we come up with happens. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey.
It's really cool to hear about your friendship and how this evolved from that, because you can definitely sense it in just the atmosphere. You guys have done such a good job relating your vision, and that's the most powerful thing, because across all this Web3 ecosystem that's happening right now, no one is short of ideas, parcels, and NFTs and digital assets and stuff, but nothing comes close to Somnium Space and the friendships that are here.
Agreed.
And the community that's built here, because the root of it is friendship.
It is so special, and we had never met all of these individuals in person, and we went to Prague together, and meeting everybody for the first time in flesh was it's almost like you just hadn't seen your friend in a long time, because we know these people, we know everybody, and it's purely communication. And it was the same with Gindi and I. You know, the first time I flew to New York to hang out with him and to do a video shoot with him and stuff, it was like we had already been talking for a few months. We had already become great friends, and it's the same thing. And it just shows there's no limitation to the way that you can connect with somebody in here, and and the memories that you create are just as real as the memories that you create in the real world.
They're
the beginning
better.
of Gindi too, yeah, they're even better because you can
They're
play.
better.
You can play. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's cool because now Gindi's getting souped up on his PC is more souped up than ever. His internet's getting souped up. I got him on full body tracking tests. This suit, dude, we're zapping him.
Nice. Nice.
We're
you know,
having
it's-
fun. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're creating, we're building, we're doing things, and we're having fun. And hopefully, we're going to do something that's going to be history.
We love interactivity, so we're trying to make everything in here work.
Oh, yeah.
So like all the chairs and everything is going to be able to be functioning, to be moving around.
Oh, wow.
You know, and you could pull out your gun and shoot them around and stuff, and like that's a big piece of what VR is that everything is interactable. And so we're just starting to work out the kinks on how we can make gameplay with almost every object in here. And like Gindi was showing you earlier, our horn.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Tell me a little bit about like how Prague was, how the fashion
Prague was
show.
insane. That was
Yeah.
an incredible experience. It was really history. It was really something unbelievable because we had, Somnium put on the fashion show. We also were sponsors. We had the WOW line, and we had the blush, from Root and the snails. We sponsored those lines. And basically what it was while you were watching in an audience in the physical world, simultaneously you could watch and go into Somnium, into the Metaverse, and watch at the same time. So people were watching it physically, and then people were coming from all over the world in the Metaverse and watching it in Somnium. The same show at the same time. And basically that was the first time that was ever done.
Yeah.
It was groundbreaking. We like to do groundbreaking things and set the pace, and
I've
that
seen
was
that.
really the most incredible experience.
That's awesome.
And Prague is a beautiful town. It's the center, it's ground zero for the Metaverse, or it's like a think tank. All the
Really is.
European minds for Europe come together and are in Prague working on the Metaverse and technology. It's like the Silicon Valley of Europe. It's a very, very sophisticated town. And the people are very welcome and warm and beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to be.
It is such a crazy thing too to be a tech hub when like you're walking around these cobblestone streets and like the beautiful architecture and like it's like what the hell. But you go into these offices and these people are like so advanced and everyone's doing VR experience. Even the toy shops have like VR experiences in them. We went into I forget what it was called now.
Oh, yeah, the
but,
play park.
Hardee's or Hardleys or something like that. It's a toy shop, and they have a VR experience where you can go in with all your friends and go discover like this old ancient like lure where you have to like turn on this big golem and stuff. And it's just so cool that they even have these in these kids shops. And everyone knows about VR. Everyone seems to be into the tech.
All right, so we're loading into Gindi Stadium, which is the smaller instance inside of ISG World. I just clicked on it, it loaded, and it's green. Green means go.
We're starting to make our world experiences all have like a starting place, which is going to be a train station. So it's almost like every time you're getting off the train or on the train, you're transversing between different worlds. We're building out what would be like a front of house way to actually control the stage. So with synchronized lighting, with synchronized cameras, because now as we do live streams, I want to be able to pull in multiple different camera feeds while being in the same space, in the same location. All of these pictures are going to be actually people coming in from our 4D website. The goal of the stadium is to create a stage that is accessible and interactable, the same to a VR individual as it is someone without VR. Because the end goal is that we get everyone in VR and to be able to experience that. We wanted to make a interactive, immersive experience that's consistent. So as we were changing things like the lighting in here, the lighting in our 4D website Cinema, which Sith Lord built, it's a built on play canvas. It's basically like a it's a 3D. We call it 4D, so that way we all don't get confused with all the different terms. But it's a way that it's consistent, where if we change the lights to red in here, it's going to be red on there. And you can also see on the tablet there's a 4D tab at the bottom with a passcode. That's actually how I begin the mini games, like the drum game, where we've made this little mini game on the 4D cinema site where they have to hit these drums, and they have to tap them at a certain speed to the music, and it blows up a giant balloon that's going to be spawning in the middle of the stage. Meanwhile, here in VR, we also have drums spawn into us, and it's basically a race against time. Who can get a more accurate score? Who can do it the fastest? Causing for a VR and a 2D interactive experience where we're kind of competing against them. And it's all in hopes for a professional production and live stream. And so everything from the lights to the pyro, the pyro shots, everything inside of this stadium is the goal is for a synchronized experience for those who are watching both on the website and on our in a VR experience. And all the branding, since a big part of this is non-invasive advertising slash semi-invasive with static ads. We have this built out so that this is automated. All of this signage you see down the halls, these are all things that we're actually loading in through a UV texture. So just basically when somebody, when someone sponsors our stadium, they can get one of the 8 VIP sections, and they can also designate any of these branding opportunities for them, for their brand, for activations they may have, and even use this space as a way to do activities for people to come back, along with mini shops from the community, so on and so forth. And we're working on a teleporter system right now. Since this place is huge, we're trying to make a teleportation system so that you can jump from the stadium into our shopping area to the train station, where you might find yourself, finding more quests from Hotz waiting inside the train station. Almost similar to like Zoltar of Big. And also bar experiences where you can mix your own drinks, making for different visualization experiences, so that when you're going into the stadium, maybe you're seeing and uncovering layers that are gamified in a way, and also just enhancing the overall experience like you're at a live show. And we're taking this as the main stage for where we're uplifting artists that are emerging and putting them on the same stage, opening or closing for larger artists, because the big thing is brands are looking for 40,000 people to be able to enter somewhere. Well, in VR, we all know the limitations on that, so what we've done is we've created this immersive experience that blends the two, where we can actually have 40,000 people inside the stadium, both watching on webcam, being able to display their NFTs, and watching the stream, / people that are also here in VR, making for the experience that we all are all trying to gather. And with automated branding like this, it just makes life a hell of a lot easier when it comes down to changing for an event season, or changing it for a different quest or activation. It's a very neat way. And I have to thank the man's Sith Lord and Kid Nerpo and Ever Exist for really pushing the bounds on this kind of stuff. It's such an honor to work with these guys, and to see this come to life it's a dream come true. All together with the control panel, automated branding, with interactivity. It's just this is literally the end goal was always to have a stage where you can showcase everybody and make sure that they get the given exposure. And here's all the artists that we work with. We've got Root, obviously, that's an amazing creator within the space. She created our whole line of Blash avatars, which we've been quiet about the release, because we're formulating the proper way to release these beautiful avatars that are non-binary and really interoperable with each other.
Oh yeah, and this is a producer that just released a song and played the first show here, right?
Yes, This is Marcus Asanya, other known as DecentX. He did the release with Crazy Nikki, and releasing her first song ever, and creating a video around it purely in VR. And he's been part of the Hotz House family for over 2 years now, and it was such an honor to see him open up the show, be the first to be on the stage and really give it a test run. And seeing him collaborate with others inside of the space is exactly what this is about. It's about everybody coming together, and we all have a goal. But the part that we've been missing is working together to create it and to fulfill it. And I'm seeing that these venues and these endeavors are really bringing people together to work on the common interest, which is to make something amazing. And yeah, next week, or not next week, this week on Friday, we have Northern Project.
This Friday, right.
Yeah, another amazing Hotz House artist that's been really pushing the bounds and trying to merge into VR experiences with his music. He just released on We Are Trance and The Future of Egypt, these two major labels, and now it's time to bring it into the Metaverse and showcase a VR immersive experience with his music. And yeah, just looking off at this crowd is just, it always takes my breath away.
Yeah.
Seeing it, and
Changed it a little.
Unbelievable.
yeah, it's changed just a little bit. So like I was saying, each of these are actually going to be fulfilled, like each of these individual placements are going to be brought by people, and like whatever NFT connecting to their wallet. These are all voids at the moment. We wanted to show the voids, what it would look like if we put them inside of our upper deck locations, essentially showcasing all of their collections. And soon users will be able to come into the space on our 4D site and actually place their own NFT or an image of their own choice into the stadium, giving them, as part of the experience. And so we really want to be able to highlight people that way, like being able to showcase collections or be able to showcase, having raffles. This person's seat number 288,000, whatever won, and giving that kind of live action of a stadium. Kiss cam, This is where I'm at presently, and to me, this is reality. And that is the beautiful part of virtual reality. It's the people that I get to surround myself with every day that want to create these amazing things and give the experience to others that don't yet understand. Because it's not easy jumping into virtual reality and finding your place. Because obviously there's hurdles of technology, but being able to slowly inch our way into someone's life, being more of an interactive piece of why they want to get in there, and then causing the desire for their own interest to find their place. And I think the stadium is going to play a large role in onboarding and showcasing what it is to be part of a big experience that's an entertainer possibly, or even just watching a movie all in here all together.
The stadium is the greatest accomplishment so far that we've made. And it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning.
This is the epitome of teamwork right here. This is looking at this is truly what teamwork is all about, man.
Whoa.
This desire. So right now, we're working on a teleportation for this actually. So the park was so large and had so many polygons. We had our mini games. Hotz will be the quest giver, so he will basically be telling you where to go and how to find quests and things to do, like discover the lost kiddos and you go save them all, like all lost kids across the park, and to go into the horror house. And it's turned into this fun common thing. Oh yeah, here's our train station for here. As you can see, it
Oh my god.
blasts off into.
Oh my gosh. This is my favorite. Oh my god.
Isn't this neat?
Yes. Wow.
All aboard!
Wow. Whoa.
Just the Matavian and Snail Strip are just masters of sound designing, and they've done such a great job at the separation of when you go into a location, hearing things and it disappearing. And so like right now, the rest of the park is actually gone because we're working on how to make it so that it spawns when you click the given area on a map. So here, if you come over here, I'll show you on the map. We've got our first location working, which is right here. It's Pirates Island. So if you go ahead and click that ball right there.
Oh, it's working.
Oh, never mind, it worked. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the beginning of Pirates Island. You'll be able to basically sail the boat around and collect rupees and fight against other people on the pirate ship. Along with this will be kind of like the quest giving area where you'll have like the different pirates, man, like, did you find all the hidden golden teeth, and you'll be coming back to this area after discovering different parts of the park and different, you can actually come walk out here and stuff. And so you can see where we spawned in from, right over there in the train station. And soon this will be so that way, like when you actually spawn here, everything around it will actually everything will be gone, but it'll be a skybox. So you'll be trapped kind of here because of the LODs and loading. Like it's trying to simplify how many things people are loading. So given your load times and just like lag and synchronization, it's gonna be separating them in almost different worlds. And so you'd be able to see the whole park here, but you wouldn't necessarily be able to navigate it. It's cool that you can walk in here right now. So we went to like when I went to New York last time, Isaac and I went on an adventure to Coney Island, because Coney Island was a big inspiration for him, and I'd never been, and it was so cool. It was it's a fun Carneyland, you can go and adventure and see all these crazy things. And so we remade like steeplechase. We remade the parachute jump, which is out of commission now because so many people were breaking their bones on it and stuff. But in the metaverse, there's none of that. So we figured that we'd make these really cool attractions that are OG in time, the original Fantasyland. And so Gindi Park is really kind of the house to this imaginative place. And like with we're with the Ferris wheel, it's not just gonna be riding a Ferris wheel. You're now like you have a turret on it, and you're shooting away all the bats and things, and you're fighting against just these common like little elements. And there's a dinosaur park that loads as well, where we're gonna have like a little Jeep that you drive away from the T-Rex and stuff, and you gotta find rupees inside the dinosaur poop. And you have you have like
I'm gonna remember this, so when I play, I'll have an advantage. I'm gonna cut this out of the edit. Don't cover your ears if you're watching.
Cover the ears.
Those are my secrets.
Seeing that Disney is getting into the metaverse and Universal Studios, which I'm sure you saw that as well. There's so much that we can do with this, and in hopes too that we can make it even better by doing partnerships with these kinds of people making really crazy shows, really crazy experiences that tie into a physical location. That's another thing we didn't touch on with the retail side, is that we've actually got a physical location in the Allure store in New York City that's going to have an activation coming into our world where you are essentially building these. We're partnered with a cosmetics company called FemPower Beauty, and one of their goals with their NFT release is that the owners can actually create makeup looks like on that avatar, but also that the users can create their own colors. So actually going through the discovery of learning about the product, what ingredients are in the product, and then also creating your own colors that can then be like all part of this experience that when you go to the actual store and you complete the activation, you can actually do and see and have inside of a bottle. And so it's really cool to see how it manifests from here into the physical reality. And that's really what we're doing. This is a mood board of creation into what will translate. And yeah, even though just standing under the water here is just the water reflection is just insane looking.
Oh yeah, it
looks real.
It's breathtaking, and this is
hold
like
your breath. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say hold your breath. Even yesterday with Meta's big release, it's almost like I'm clawing at the surface, going, why already? Because the mass adoption is here, and it's been such an honor to be able to find this place and to develop it in the way that we see fit, and it be positive and it be fun and it be purely out of imagination, no guidelines. And in the future, what it holds, I hope that creators find that same peace of mind while creating, that there are no standards, there are no wrongs or rights. It's whatever you see fit, and that is the beauty of this space, and truly what I hope it upholds forever, because it's a place where our minds can create what we believe and feel is fun. And I hope that for anyone that comes in or sees this video, that they want to create something, and if they don't know how, that they take it in themselves to go figure it out and go play it in their own way, though not based on someone else's predetermined way or someone else's thoughts, but in their own way, because the Wild West was created in a way that those people saw fit, and the forever of life and the way it evolved has been based on those pretenses, and now is a chance where everyone can kind of create their own. And the reality is nothing but love in here. And it's a beautiful time. And like you said, to walk these things and do this alone is cool, because soon we won't be able to do these videos like this. It'll be tons of people running around, photo bombing. To have it where people are also benefiting from where they spend their time is a firm belief I have, where I want people to be able to be rewarded and to be able to earn items of real world value from spending their time here because they decided to. And time is all we have. It's the only asset that we truly have, and the dictation of what it's worth is something that we now have the power of saying. And I really hope that that continues to stay that way. Best moves, let's go.